Hey guys, today is day 24 of your 30-day journey to healing. And today I want to start out with a question for you. Are the people that you get the closest to leaving your life, exiting your life? Do you find that you're typically in the victim's seat whenever that occurs? Do you tend to feel like somehow you've been wronged whenever there's an exit or whenever someone leaves or there's a subtraction from your life? I want to first discuss your intentions whenever you have someone close to you. What are your intentions for doing the things that you do? Very often I see people do a lot for the people they love. They give a lot, they do a lot, but they don't realize that when they're doing those things, they're expecting and hoping for something in return. Although typically they're saying, I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart, or I'm doing it because I love them, or because I care, or because I just want to, or because I was thinking about you. But very often, these very same people find themselves angry or resentful because those loved ones aren't reciprocating on the doing and the giving. And I often hear them say things like, I've done this for them, I've been there for them, I've bought this for them. And they get angry because the other person is not doing what they think they should be doing as far as reciprocating. And somehow they feel like they've been victimized or robbed or mistreated, not appreciated. You have to consider that that other person, their version of showing love may be completely different than yours. It may be just being loyal to you. That may be their way of demonstrating their love and their appreciation for you. It may not be that they're doing something in particular or they're buying gifts. It may just simply making sure that you know that you're secure in their loyalty to you. It may be just them showing that they're honest with you, them being completely open and honest and being themselves around you, being genuine. So I want you to understand also that sometimes we look at it as people in our lives are walking out of our lives. But is that really the case? How often are you having to recycle your inner circle? Do you find yourself every few years having to bring in a new circle of people because you keep leaving or losing or subtracting your inner circle? I hear people say things like you can't take everybody with you. I don't know where they're going when they say that. But you have to ask yourself, are they leaving or am I pushing them away? How many people in your circle right now that's been in your, if you're over the age of 30, how many people in your immediate circle right now that's been in your immediate circle for at least a decade? And out of those people, how healthy are those relationships, the people that are still there? Are they just there simply out of loyalty and the relationships really aren't healthy? They're kind of toxic? Or are they there in a healthy manner and you're open and honest with each other? There's no expectations, no unwritten expectations, and then resentment following. What are those relationships like? So, like I said, are they walking out of your life or are you pushing them out? Sometimes it is our own arrogance that pushes the people that we love out of our lives. And we say things like they're hating on us. And I really don't like to hear people say hating because I think that's absurd in most cases. Yes, there's a such thing as haters, but in most cases that's not the case. In a lot of cases, in most cases, it's our own insecurities that get in the way of us having a healthy relationship with ourselves and having a healthy relationship with other people. Is it possible that all of those people that have left you, that have walked out of your life over the years, is it possible that they weren't hating on you? Is it possible that your own insecurities have instilled in you some type of burning desire to compete with them, to compare yourself with them, to overcompensate for whatever you're lacking or whatever your weaknesses are? and use those areas that you've overcompensated in. Therefore, you excel in those areas now since you've overcompensated. Are you using those areas now to make the people in your circle feel small in order to propel yourself up a couple of notches so that you feel more valuable? Now, some of the people that are in your life or that have been in your life that are no longer there have tried to correct you more than likely, and you weren't receptive to it. Some of them chose not to be the target of your exhausting manifestations of your insecurities and the accusations and the manipulation and the control. So some of them left because they refused to be a target of those insecurities and the way those insecurities manifest in your life. Some of them, if they compete with you, they realize if they compete with you, they're accused of trying to copy off of you or outdo you. If they don't compete with you, they're accused of being insecure and having low self-esteem and not being confident. So they can't win with you. It's just too much for most people. Sometimes we are too much for other people, and other people walk away because it's exhausting. It is exhausting. Are you doing that to people who are in your circle and pushing them out because you're overbearing, you're overwhelming, you're overcompensating, you're doing a lot of over stuff? So is that you? Is that you? If it is, I guarantee you that people that may see you from afar and think you're this nice, perfect, well-polished person that has it all together, and you're presenting yourself in this perfect little package, and then when they get close to you, they realize you're not that. I guarantee you they're looking for the nearest exit out of your life. This is one of the reasons why you guys have seen I do these videos myself. I make them kind of like home videos. I do most of them with my cell phone or my iPad. And, because I want you to see me in my natural state. I don't edit these videos. Sometimes I play a little music in the background or do a little tint around the background. But I don't edit myself, my face. Sometimes I have on makeup. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes my hair is nicely done. And sometimes it's, okay. And whatever mistakes I make when I'm speaking to you, I leave those in my videos. I don't edit them out because I want you to see what you're going to get when you come in my space, when you come to my office and you sit with me. I want you to know I'm a human being, a normal, natural, regular human being just like you. I'm not a machine. I'm not imperfect. I'm very flawed, but I'm also a great person, a great therapist, and I love to help people achieve their life goals. So, but sometimes we make it seem so perfect, and we can't maintain that once people get in our space. So we have to be very careful about doing that. So how do you know if you're that person? Well, you might find yourself bragging and boasting quite a bit. You might find yourself speaking about and striving for perfection quite often. Now, this, unfortunately, often leads to depression because people that strive for perfection on an ongoing basis, they feel really good when they feel like they're kind of on the lines of perfection. But then when they experience failure or some type of rejection, they get really depressed and sometimes don't get out of bed for days. Sometimes they beat themselves up. They're very self-critical and they lose all value in themselves. These are the same people that if they had no followers on social media like me, they wouldn't still be making videos because they would not be able to deal with that type of failure. To them, that would be failure. For me, it's not failure. The number of followers or likes I get is not attached to my worth or my value as a clinician or my professionalism or basically just me and my identity overall. I'm going to still do what I do every day because I love it. It doesn't matter if I get 0 likes or 1,000 likes. So anyway, if you find yourself striving for perfection and you're kind of rigid in certain areas of your life and you use those areas where you're overcompensating in your life to make yourself feel more valuable and make other people feel less worthy or invaluable or beneath you, you might be that person that people are running away from once they really get close to you and get to know you. And therefore, there's a revolving door in your life. If you're tired of everyone that you get close to exiting your life, please consider changing. Are you tired of other people putting the brakes on when it comes to you? So everyone that has been subtracted from your life has not been subtracted from your life because God's removing your haters. I hear that very often as well. Some of us need to really take a long, hard look at our lives and realize that none of us really have anything that other people can't have. So I don't know why God would feel the need to subtract them so that we can have basic stuff like houses, cars, small businesses, and things that are basic, books that we've written, things that anybody can do or accomplish. Most of the time, it's not God removing those haters. Most of the time, it's us, not the haters. So when we do these things, it's typically connected to a lack of emotional intelligence. Believe it or not. I'm not going to talk a lot about that today, but I will in the near future. So, and it also is connected a lot of the times to our passive aggressive approaches to communicating our pain to other people. When other people hurt us or disappoint us or let us down, we take these passive aggressive approaches to letting them know that they hurt us instead of talking to them like an adult and dealing with the issue. So most of us say or insist even that we're genuine, that we're open, that we're kind, that we're giving, that we're loving. But other people don't see us that way. Somehow we see ourselves that way. Most of us can be that way until it's time to be open, honest, kind, loving, and caring, until we're in a situation where there's emotional distress or there's some type of conflict or things aren't going our way or people aren't doing or saying what we think they should be doing or saying. Then that's the real test. That's when you find out if you truly are those things. And many of us fail the test miserably. So don't just pretend to be genuine, kind, open, and caring and loving. Actually be genuine, kind, open, caring, and loving. Okay? So I always check myself first to make sure that I'm not allowing any lack of emotional intelligence get in the way of my ability to have healthy relationships or to make healthy or professional decisions in my business or personal life. And I expect you to hold yourself accountable as well. I question myself, I check myself, and if I'm still questioning whether or not this is a lack of emotional intelligence on my behalf, I have a few people in my life that I will run things by just to make sure that I'm not flying off the handle and making decisions based off of emotional instability. All right, so that's where I'm going to stop at today. I really want you to get your journals out today and write about this. Are you that person? Are you the person that finds that everybody's exiting your life rapidly, that you cannot maintain healthy friendships or relationships? They're always coming and going. Hey, it can't be everybody else. You have to look in the mirror at some point. Let's do some self-evaluating. I'll see you guys tomorrow on day 25.